Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series 8602 Cup. Yes, there he is, as he is from the movie. We'll see him right there in his futuristic truck mode. We'll put it off the side because we're going to look at this box real quick. Yep, there he is. You can see a bit of Cup looking all angry and stuff right there in that mode. Our robot mode, I guess. And he Transformers the movie and Transformers and Generations and Takatomi. And there's the insert and his name, 8+ and all that stuff in here. You got Transformers the movie and apparently a bit of hair. And Transformers the movie up there and that little window, so it looks nice on the shelf. On there, over there, you got a, once again, close-up of him. It's Deluxe Class Studio Series. On the side, you got another thing with a little of him in 86 and authentic Transformers. On the bottom, you have copyrights and whatnot and where it was manufactured. And on the back, you have, of course, product shots and warnings and all that stuff. And, of course, he includes backdrop and big screen inspired and all that stuff. And Sea Squid Showdown, it will be the backdrop, which we'll get into in the robot mode. And Cup struggles to free himself from the tentacles of a giant squid. Because yes, the thing is, Cup's claim to fame is the one time where he was kind of in trouble. He also comes, of course, with instructions, which, you know, work pretty well, all things considered. And yeah, Cup in his truck mode, futuristic truck mode. Yep. Looks very similar to the movie, actually. Again, really nice. The Studio Series stuff, I think this is one of the really, really good example. I think, honestly, of all the Studio Series I have, actually I had technically all the Studio Series 86 guys so far, though Scourge is kind of in a bit of a pickle. We'll get into him. We'll get to him eventually. Just, they got to get a new one, basically. Of all of them, I think Jazz is kind of the weakest, and he's still pretty strong, but this guy looks really nice in his vehicle mode. You can see he's got a little truck bed there. It's the Autobot symbols on each side, one on the front. He's got this like metallic tech detailing underneath a clear, translucent, I want to say blue windshield and all that stuff. He's got the right colors. He's even got the little weird back hat door thing, which I guess that's how you get in the future, is from the back, which presents all sorts of questions. You got a little bit of detailing here, like some different colors and whatnot. It doesn't have painted rims, but I don't think he did in the movie either, so that's kind of correct. He's got that weird open grill thing that he did. On this side, you can see the robot mode, but, you know, bits of the robot, but hey. He's also, these back wheels are inside and not, exposed, which I believe is also accurate. So yeah, it looks really nice in this mode and looks really like the movie, like he's supposed to. Also, he has his accessories, which he also rolls like decently, although I think my Transformer is slightly out of alignment. Yeah, I got something slightly out of alignment when I transformed it last. Because he does roll, he's got very low ground clearance as well. Yeah, he's got a bit of low ground clearance, but he does roll. So there is that. But yeah, there's a couple accessories which can be used in this mode. He's got his little gun, which has a little tab on the side, which can go inside here. And his little Energon goodie thing, which can go tab in like this on that side. So, you can store them both right there. Like so. I think I see what might be the problem. Those might have been out of alignment. There we go. Got it all lined up. Yeah. That's how he stores the stuff, if you want, on the vehicle mode. It looks good like this. Compare him with previous releases of Cup in the Generations line. I mean, there's the first Generations Cup, the Sergeant Cup. Noticeably larger, but also much more, well, earthy. And good old Titan's Return Cup, which I also still like, but yeah, does take some liberties with the design, but not that many. I mean, you still got the more angular thing going on. He's also noticeably taller, but he's got the same width, or length, I should say. And width is about the same too. But yeah, it's yeah, there's either 3 Generations Cups so far, and I like all of these cups, and it feels like every single cup that comes out is trying to make up for the fact that the original G1 toy kind of sucked. It feels really just like every single one of them's coming out just trying to make up for that. Which is good. Just, yeah. Yeah, so to transform him is also, again, it's pretty simple actually. What you got to do is, I personally find it's just easier to split the bed a bit, so then it makes it easier to lift the hands off the pegs here on the bottom. That makes it a little easier because otherwise they're really stubborn. Yeah, so you can get the hands off those pegs on the bottom and you flip the beds up and there's little slots here for these tabs in the bed. You just do that for each side. Then what you want to do is you want to separate up here. You want to separate the wheel well. You want to just bring that back a little bit. I basically bring that back. So then you can take this piece, folds back, and also is on a little, there's a little slider joint here. You want to slide it outward so then you can bring it back all the way. Now ostensibly you're supposed to take the tab on this here and just tab it in there, but I find that doesn't work super well. It doesn't tab in great. So it kind of holds it in place, but it's not the greatest connection. Same thing on this side. Untab from the front, take this piece and make it back. Also, don't forget it's on a slider, so slide it outward a bit. Slide it outward and bring it down and kind of tab it in the back here. You want to take the feet and bring them out like that. Just bring those out. And up here, you want to unfold these, untab these, straighten the leg out, and then tab it back in. Same thing. Open that up, straighten it out, tab it back in. And that's the legs pretty much done. Just, well, you got to come up here, and to do so, you got to then take this piece and untab it from the top like that. Then you can take the arms and move them out like that. Take the legs, straighten them out, and then bring this whole torso, and you can go ahead and bring the torso down. This will bring a lot of this stuff with it. Bring a lot of this stuff up here with it, and then you just go ahead and straighten that all out. Like that, and it should be angled kind of forward a little bit like that. And it needs to be angled a little bit forward. That's when you know it's straightened out. Then you take this and take the head platform, lift it up a bit so you can take the wheel wells, untab them, and just bring them inside like that. This little platform will tab into the wheel wells a little bit like that. Then you take the these arm bits right here and you can rotate them inward. So they click into place and you can bring the arms down. Same thing. Bring these around and click that into place and then rotate the arm around. And then bring the arms down. There's not like a double hinge here and there's a tab here and a slot here and you want to make sure it's rotated in such a way that it actually all lines up and then just tab it in like that. Same thing. Bring this up and tab that in like that. Back here, you want to take this piece and move it up. There's a little tab here, which tabs in the back of this black piece right here. Bring this and fold this down over top. And then there's two tabs here, which go into these slots. And of course, finally, you take the head and rotate it around 180. And there you go. It's cup in his robot mode. And again, very nice robot mode. It all compacts pretty well. The only thing is he's a bit of a backpack, which is kind of correct, although the backpack shape is technically not right for how he's drawn. You'd have to go to some crazy hoops just to make that work, and at this scale, you're not going to make that happen. But it's not without tons of money thing thrown in. Then at that point, then you're charging commander class prices for a deluxe, and boy, that will cause some issues, won't it? That Rodimus thread is just a nightmare. But yeah, this looks really nice. I mean, the face sculpt has kind of been a bit of a point of contention for some people, but again, it cleans up really well and everything. Most everything kind of cleans up and finds a good spot, and just it winds up being a really good looking robot, particularly from the front here. And again, very screen accurate. He's got a little bit of orange here. He's got his wheels kind of set in right there. He's got little bits of I guess this lightish green. Orange there and whatnot. He's got his old man face. Yeah, he kind of looks like an old man there. I think it looks solid. I think this is one of those. There's a lot of pictures made it look worse than it actually is, and I think it looks pretty much more or less like Cup. So I think it works pretty well. And you can see all the detail type stuff. Even got a little weird pseudo abs of sorts, whatnot. You can see that. Yeah. I think he's a good looking robot and he cleans up really well. And again, he can hold his weapon like that. And he can hold his little Energon goodie dispenser thing. Kind of looks a little weird, but hey, it works. I mean, without having a fully closing and opening hand and all that stuff. You can done, yeah. Yeah, it just looks really good. I mean, there's some gappage back here, but, you know, doesn't really bother me that much. Just looks real good. I remember some of the early ones, you know, some of the early less than legally obtained versions had some issues with the shoulders, but mine are dead solid. He just looks really nice. I think he's just a really good looking cup figure overall. Yeah, he just looks really good. His head is on a ball joint, I think. Yeah, so it's like left and right. You got a little up and down. You got that, you know, wiggle. Pretty good range there. Shoulders can go all the way around and go outward pretty far. He's got a bicep swivel right there. He's got elbows, which give him quite the bend right there, and even have a little bit of detail kind of poking out while kind of still leaving a bit of gap. Unfortunately, no wrist swivel, which kind of stinks, but not the end of the world. Waist does swivel, although mine's really tight, but it does swivel. Hips can go forward and back and outward about that far. Got a thigh swivel there. He's got a knee bend, which just shy of 90 degrees, like 89 degrees or so. His feet, you can see that the toe can bend down. And ankles can tilt about that far. Yep. That's some of the stuff. One of the other little features, though, he has is actually one that's not really advertised, which is he come apart. Because, you know, that bit in the movie where, you know, he was torn apart by the squid. So all his arms and legs can come off at the swivels. The bicep and thigh swivels can, you know, they're just pegs and holes. So also this means technically he can be, he's really compatible with, say, I don't know, a fossilizer of some sort, because he is a fossil himself. So yeah, he can come apart. You know, so then Hot Rod has to fix him. And this is also goes well with his backdrop, which is, yes, it's the squid thing, the giant robot squid thing. So yeah, he can have his backdrop. Where he's in pieces and all that stuff. Yeah, 8602 and all that stuff. You can have that, and you can have, I don't know, say Hot Rod over here, you know, ready to fix him. There you go. There's a backdrop if you need it. Gotta pull them back together just because we're gonna compare them real quick. Because yeah, I mean, Hot Rod's here, so why not? I mean, here he is, yeah, with Hot Rod, who, remember, is that weird, you know, he's deluxe scale, but, you know, Voyager price because extra accessories and extra engineering. Yeah, they look about right. They look right, about right. Here's Studio Series Jazz, who's a bit shorter, but that's more or less accurate. Here he is with the Earthrise Prime, which I guess is the closest we're getting to a Studio Series 86 Prime, because apparently we're not getting one of those despite rumors, and yeah, he is out of frame. But I guess that's more or less accurate scale too. I'm not entirely certain. I don't think Cup and Prime ever really stood next to each other. And for the sake of it, here he is with his previous generations versions. Which again, he also has a very clean robot mode. He doesn't. He's got a lot of panels and stuff hanging around and stuff, but also that really kind of ugly face. But again, still good toys. All three of these cups are good. So which one do you get? Whichever one you want. Whichever these appeal to you the best. Honestly, you can't really go wrong with any of them. They're all good cups. This is the newest one. Obviously, I think this one, again, might be just because new, but this one's really good. But I can't bring myself to get rid of my old ones. I can't. I just like them too much. They think they're all really good. Although some people don't really like this one because the colors are wrong. You can get the Takara Legends version or whatever, but that's also now really expensive, but it may not be for much longer because this guy's out. I don't know. So yeah. Cup. Absolutely worth getting. Still $20 at retail. He's kind of hitting just mass distribution now. I just think he's good. He's just a good figure. He cleans up well. He's got a very interesting transformation. He's pretty posable. He looks very screen accurate. So he ticks a lot of people's boxes, and I think he's absolutely worth picking up if you haven't already. The only thing maybe upset you is this stuff doesn't tab in super well. I feel like this stuff, yeah, that's this I guess kibble, which barely is kibble, doesn't tab in super well, and the backpack may be the wrong shape for you, and I don't know. Some people are put off by the face. I personally think it matches cut pretty well. But yeah, that's it. I hope you found this review informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, or check out the Coffee and Patreon things if you want to support. And I see you next time with another video review.